thank you for tuning in again to another Vampires and Vitae. As usual, we're going to start off with a little bit of a recap of what we've done.
Hi, you guys. It's me. It's Anna, and Dae and Lawrence went out on a date or whatever. So that means that nobody can find this Tyler guy. So I guess it's going to be up to me to walk you through what happened last week, just in case that you forgot. Okay? I mean, it was a pretty fun time. We all officially got to meet Jinx. I guess she's pretty cool. But she took us to the 5 ways, which is kind of like where all of the people who do the magics in Tokyo become like the ancients or whatever. I didn't really understand what was happening, but that's kind of the gist of what I got from it. Also, everybody seemed to really like Jessica there, which was really confusing to me too. I mean, it's Jessica. Well, so we kind of learned some stuff, and then Lawrence got to wear some really fancy robes and a really nice hat. And then they called him the Time Pope, so now we all call him the Time Pope because it's really funny. Oh, it's really funny. Yeah, the Time Pope. Ha! We get back outside and we learn what the Emperor's package meant when they ordered it on his phone. Do you remember that? That was really, really strange, right? You order something on your phone and you don't even know what it is. But that's Day for you, right? So what happened was we had a whole bunch of cars waiting for us, and I got to drive a really cool Barracuda because, yes, that's what I deserve to be driving, a very cool car, like a Barracuda. Anyway, so that's what we're going to pick up this week because we can't stay at the 5 ways because they don't have a sun-tight space for us to stay during the daytime. So it looks like we're going to race the sun.
You guys all load into your car.
Mm-hmm.
The cars pull up, and the smell of exhaust and gasoline, the sound of engines just rumbling is exciting. You know that you all have to get back there at a certain time. There's definitely a time crunch. You're 40 minutes away, and it's about 30 minutes to drive it normally. So we're not pushing that limit, but you're taking 10 minutes out of 40.
Yeah.
You gotta be screaming to get back.
I look over at everyone and I go,
That's,
a gift
yeah.
for all of you beautiful people.
Thanks, homie.
Rasputin comes over, kisses you on the cheek. He's like, I knew I liked the drug guy. I'm taking the car in the front. And he points to, what is obviously a track car. Like, come on. And he, puts his arm around you, Anna. He's like, you want to take this one?
What, the Barracuda? Yeah, I've got the
you
Barracuda.
like the Barracuda? I'm going to beat your ass. You know this. All I do is play video games of racing.
But racing and the real
I'm
driving are very
going to
different.
beat your ass so bad.
I don't think so.
Yeah, all right, that's fine. He jumps in, the fake window. He takes down the netting. He jumps in, and he's like, "Okay, you good?" Like drug guy.
This is so stupid. I'm gonna use Mask of 1,000 Faces.
Okay.
I turn away and I look back and I'm Dale Earnhardt.
He's like, "This is better than video games." Okay,
And I'm
everyone else good? And Lawrence gets in the car.
I just stare at him. I'm just like, eh?
Yeah,
I try to do the
He's
same thing and turn back
He's
like Danica Patrick.
Rasputin's fucking loving this. He's like, I wish I had that. I don't have that. So and they look over, you know what? I'll tell you a story later about Mr. Earnhardt. So you get in the car. Lawrence gets in the car, directly up to the other side of you. This is 2 lanes, all lined up. You're behind in your beautiful, is it bright yellow or bright yellow drop down Cayman Porsche? I mean, tricked out. Your dog's chest hits just the top of it. And he goes, fast.
Yes.
Fast.
Very fast.
All right. And the Jessica goes in and goes, I can't even feel my face.
Jesus Christ, what else did
Yeah,
you
right.
take? That's not the general reaction to
He
that.
goes, Tokyo!
Stumbles onto a
Yeah,
motorcycle.
like gets onto his bike and he vrooms, and then yeah, right, and you can hear that over
Anna,
a
I
thing.
think I broke Jesse.
As you say that, like his back gets a lot stiffer. Obviously, he's using some blood potency to shake off the effects. Like all of a sudden, like he's now ready to go.
Real quick question before we get into this. A couple of episodes ago, you gave me a +1 to something. Can I use that?
You want to use it now?
I wanna-
This is a one time. This is a one time. It will always be that. I mean, that's cool. I feel like
Fuck
you're
it.
not
It was
fighting
free.
somebody.
It was. Oh, I'll hold on to it for now.
All right.
But I might add it if I fuck up real bad.
All right. Guys, tell me what you see. Vroom, vroom, vroom. You guys are there. I mean, like...
Anna's fixing her lipstick in the rearview mirror.
Oh, I love it.
Danika has one hand on the steering wheel, the other one's just like petting
Petting. Oh, that's
Cerberus.
amazing.
She now has the owl eyes.
I like it. I like it.
I readjust my mirror and I get freaked out because I forgot I was Dale Earnhardt.
Maybe I'm going to take that title away.
Told you.
And then I recenter it. I'm like, okay,
All right.
I crack my knuckles. We just get ready. It's a manual, so I'm
Yeah,
like fucking.
Remember, the mustache has magical powers.
Well, Lawrence is like flipping things on, flipping things off. He has controls. I mean, like he is a suit. Like his cars be so underneath your guys' cars, but it is suit. Like he has a lot of things going on. And then
There's not an original engine in that
yeah,
boy.
right. No, it is every personal piece you could possibly give on it. And then in the back you hear Jessica just revving his engine. Zoom, 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 zoom.
Lawrence, we need a flag girl. Is there a flag girl?
A very attractive man walks up in front, takes off the bandana around his head, lifts it up. 1, 2.
I love Tokyo!
Yeah, right. Drops the bandana. I'll roll. Highest roll gets the best kick. I'm gonna roll for obviously the NPCs. Rasputin does a 9.
Oh, he's got an Indy car.
Jessica does a 10. I'm gonna re-roll the 10. 5. What do you guys have?
I have an 8.
8. So Lawrence will go after you.
4.
You'll go after Lawrence.
3. I'm in
Really?
last place,
So-
baby!
Oh, wow, the PCs did not do well. So as it drops, you hear, "Ah!" and in between all of your cars takes off the Jessica. And for a second, you've been enjoying him being a druggie and being a little bit carefree, but you start to see some of that badassness that is just purely being a Jessica. He takes off and does a wheelie in between all of the cars. Takes off completely in front. Rasputin, pissed off as shit, fucking finally grips into his tires after they heat up enough and takes off. Next was you see your sire right into it. You catch part of his rubber, takes off again.
I'm like, oh no,
Yeah,
you
right.
don't, old man.
Yeah. Lawrence winks directly after her pass, cuts in front of you, even rubs his bumper like perfectly, just enough to tweak your car. So as he touches your bumper, it takes you slightly off course, so you're no longer perfectly straight, so you can't take off
Dick
quite
move,
as
Lawrence!
fast.
It's like the jetpacks all over
Yeah, right.
again.
Yeah, it's
And-
literally jetpacks again.
Mhm. You guys going, driving 65. It's going to be a hard right turn to get a roll.
We're rolling, what, driving decks?
Yeah, driving decks.
Looking for 6s?
6s. Yep.
Yeah, 1 success.
I have 3.
Or no, 2 successes, sorry.
I have 2.
The Jessica got 3.
Nice.
Lawrence. So Rasputin slams down into second gear. You can just, I mean, like, he starts to pull away from you. This is a true track car. This is exactly what it's made for. It doesn't drift into the turn, but just tracks into the turn. Just the amount of muscle that's in this car just driving him through. He gets up to the same level as the Justicar. Then we have Dae and Danika. You're now in the back two positions. You guys are in a dead heat. Anna, you keep up with Lawrence. As you were ahead of him, he pulled up close to you. Boom, you got through the first turn. Next one's going through. You guys are looking at the gate, and the gate is starting to open. All right, so maybe not too fast, maybe it's not too quick. So a success over 5 is too fast, and you're going to have to slow down. What you're looking for is a 4, all 6.
So we're trying to roll low this time.
You're trying to get 4 as the perfect number on this particular one because you're trying to time the gates and not have to slow down because that means other people are going to go past you. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Tell me the numbers.
The closest to 4.
No, just tell me how many 6s you got.
I have 1 6.
Okay, 1 6. I mean, not just 6s. Anything over 6 is a success.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Boom. You hit it. Perfect. Next.
I got 2 6s.
2 6s. What about 2?
0.
0. All right.
So we wanted a 4 or we wanted a
4 is perfect because
4
you
successes
can
is
keep on
perfect.
going faster.
4 successes is perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
4
I
is
thought you meant
perfect.
roll the number 4.
Oh, did you not roll correctly?
No, I did. I just like my brain got confused.
Okay, but you have had 2 6s on that roll, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Now I got to roll for everybody else, and you had 0, right?
Yo.
Anna, you see the gate opening. You realize that the 2 people in front of you are going too fast.
Mm-hmm.
You downshift, take a little bit more torque instead of like building up to it. Like you match the speed so that way the moment that it's closed, you can run through it. Think you can hear the undercarriage of your car as you go over that little precipice.
Yep.
Perfect landing. The only problem is the Jessica lands on his bike directly tied with you as you're driving through. Lawrence, on the other hand, misjudged his speed. He's going too fast. He had to tail down, stop before he wrecked his car.
Right.
All right? Matches up with you with the 0 successes. Because he went too fast, you went too slow.
I look over at him and I just give him like a Dale Earnhardt wink.
Yeah, right. So Lawrence is like, endoing, like trying to stop as your car pulls up next to him, trying to not get hit. Dan, you come in right behind Rasputin. You and Rasputin are now tied up. You and the Jessica are tied up, and you and Lawrence are tied up.
Okay.
Through it all. Give me the same roll. That's 1, 2.
Three successes.
Everybody.
3.
Everybody give me the roll.
Oh.
I got 1 success.
Oh no, I don't remember what number that was. I'll re-roll. I know I had 3 for sure, but I might have had a 4th.
Oh, you're just going to re-roll all of it?
Yeah. And I shouldn't have. But I got a 1, so I have 1 success.
1 success on this one?
Yeah.
Right, now you guys are going out to the Badlands. This is beyond the city's control. So you got 1.
1.
2.
Jessica's are fucking Jessica, isn't he? That was 6 successes, by the way, just if anyone.
Like just a cycle.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
That is right. Right. Rasputin. Ooh. Rasputin gets a -1.
Ooh.
Well, I guess Lawrence is Lawrence in a fucking car, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem with this thing, because you guys don't know if I'm telling the truth or not.
That's okay. We believe
You
you.
want to come look at this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know the 10s. He's 8 before that, so that's 9.
How many dice does he
No,
get?
that's all right. 8, 9. This is like one of Lawrence's big things.
Drives.
10.
call the specialist spread.
Yeah.
I mean, he just did a 10.
That's literally perfect.
Yep. The Jessica comes down as he'd beaten, like pulled up perfectly with Anna. He's pulling through, can't believe it. Lawrence reaches up, hits one of the switches, hits the NOS, pulls forward. The Jessica is completely surprised that this car just screams past him, especially in a motorcycle. Rasputin shifts down, seeing all this, and goes, I can get faster, and like misses the gear. Like, whoa, this is not how it works in game. Like, like it starts tailing out.
The bad shift.
Yeah, right. You guys all got one, so
I got 2.
You got 2, sorry. So that means that you pull in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no.
I pull in front of the 3 of them.
Yeah, right. You pull in front of the 3 of them. Rasputin pulls out to the end because you guys just both got 1.
And then Anna and Danika are
Are tied in the back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is Rasputin behind us or ahead of us?
Rasputin is behind us, cursing.
It was not fair.
Yeah.
So he's in last now.
Yeah, Rasputin is in last
In
and
an Indy
very
car.
angry. Mhm. One more time, guys.
Wait, if I have a 1 and a 10, does the 1 cancel the 10?
No, you just got to reroll
No,
the
you
10.
still get to roll the 10, but just the 1 takes away from your number.
Okay.
And this is some home roll stuff, guys, that we do. A lot of our rolls are home rolled.
And we're looking for 4s or 6s?
Sixes.
Whoa, I got 0. No. Yeah, 0.
Negative? Did your 10?
They just canceled out, it sounds
Yeah.
like.
So 0? Cool.
Yeah.
So sorry, Anna got 0. Guys?
1.
1.
I got 2. By the time we get there, Lawrence is going to be asleep in his bed.
Right.
Yeah, Lawrence with that 10, like that's a ridiculous roll. So that 6 was not part of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. 4. This car gets 4. Rasputin, very annoyed. Six. And then Lawrence.
Come on, baby.
I mean, Lawrence has actually a free pass right now because he had fucking 10.
Which is insane.
So he's just, beats his roll, which they didn't. So Rasputin, well, he was in last, right?
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5. All right, cool. So Rasputin overtakes. No, he was in dead last.
Yeah.
You only got 2. You only got 1, and you got 0, right?
I got, Anna
got
got
0.
0.
Yeah, right.
She got 1, I got 2.
Rasputin with his 5 overtakes the 3 of you,
Mm-hmm.
and you can start to see where you're going to drive to.
Mm.
The actual mansion through all this. And the streets aren't nearly as good as you remember driving into. Obviously, you're dealing with the end of the world.
Mm.
Some shit's happening. You see another explosion like you did earlier. A little bit closer. Right after you get through this bridge that you're all coming through. In the last place right now would be Danika. Dae's right in front of you. Right in front of you, not very far off.
Even though Anna got 0?
Oh, Anna got 0, didn't she? Anna, Dae, Dan. Which actually works because now all of your NPCs are speeding ahead of you.
Of course they are.
Yep. And the sunlight's coming up. And the bridge that you just drove over just exploded. For whatever reasons.
That was close.
Yeah. Potholes coming up. Much rougher road. Now it's 7s.
Mm.
You see the buildings are burning. This is outside the city. You start to see some of the chaos that's happening around. You get a memory of burnt out Vegas, the things that you've escaped by going to a place that you thought was untouched, and now you're seeing the parts of the world that are destroying themselves, essentially. There's rubbish on the road, half burnt out cars. So that's why we're going to go up to 7s.
Cerberus, did you see any of this on your tour?
He goes, City.
Yeah, it's on fire.
Not city I was in.
All right. One.
3.
1.
You pull out in front of the 2 of them. This is no longer a race for fun. You realize that the sun's coming up. This is starting to get dangerous, and maybe you guys shouldn't be taking this so lightly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, this is now, like, your sire is gone. The Jessica is gone. I mean, like, Lawrence peeled out. They're trying to win this race that it was fun. You have enough insight to look up. The sun is coming up behind you. Thankfully, you're going towards the night.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be dangerous. You pull up, you start to care. You guys are still in the race aspect of it.
Mm.
It's still fun. You want to beat Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm next to Danika. Can I flick her off?
Yeah, right. That's cool. Perfect.
With the Dale Earnhardt, just like,
Okay.
Up is coming up a spot that only one car can fit through at the same time. There's a collapsed building that's blocked off the other side of the road.
Mm.
So you guys are going to have to go in one straight line. You won't, because you already have the straight through.
We're tied. Shit.
Oh, are we tied?
Yeah.
But let's see that if you can get more distance on them, because you're no longer trying to race to win.
Okay. Still sevens?
Sevens.
1 success.
2 successes.
1 success.
Oh, thank God I got 2.
That was 1, 1, 2.
Mm.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. You, because you're already in front, you cut through. You as 2 cut her off. You can start feeling the heat of the sun on your neck.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
You cut off Anna or me?
I
Cut off you.
Ah,
Get out of my way.
Yeah.
this is fine.
Severus looks back and goes, "Bright,
Uh-huh.
bright."
I see it.
Mm.
Would you like to drive?
Mm.
Exactly. Stop distracting me and maybe we'll get there faster.
Faster.
I'm trying.
All right. So now you're aware of the sun. You're still in your head trying to beat Lawrence.
Ain't no way I'm beating Lawrence, but I'm not trying to be. I'm fighting not to lose.
You're still in the game aspect.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I'm not fighting to win. I'm fighting not to lose. Can't be in last place. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm. This terrain is curvy. It's a little one. It's an S turn. You can see in the distance where you're going. You're just about there. Maybe another couple turns. You're there. But this is going to be a hard turn. I want 8s.
Two.
1.
0, but I'm going to use my inspiration to make it 1.
All right. That's cool.
Can I use my inspiration to make it 2?
That works. Anna's already ahead of you, but like with Cerberus in your ear, you are no longer trying to win. You're just trying to actually drift behind her.
Mm-hmm.
You look back and you handle it very well. And I'd like you to try to change some time.
Okay. There's manipulation
Mm-hmm.
Academics.
and my willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the reason that I'm asking for this, because this is going to be this is a physical reaction.
Gotcha. I'm looking for 6s.
Mm-hmm. I want 3.
5 successes.
As you go through the S turn, you've taken it wrong. You feel like a shock in your system, as if you would touch a light socket. You don't know what it is, but you're on the other side of the S turn, and you're keeping up with Danika. Oh. But you were about to
Crash.
careen off. Like, you don't know what you did. You're not sure how you did it. You have successfully undid or redid. You're not sure if you went forward. You're not sure if you went backwards.
All I know is that the soul of Earnhardt is in me.
Yeah, right. You readjust your mustache in the mirror.
I take out a small mustache comb and I
that's
just
fine. All right, cool. This is the last scream in, and the person that comes. You guys are you are slightly in front of them, so you're going to need one last 9. We're all running for 9s right now, and just see the total amount of 9s. And you see, as you pull up, you see Rasputin running in. You see Lawrence waiting for you because he's not worried about the sun. You see the Jessica. He's not. Jessica's gone. Jessica won the fucking race, like hardcore.
1.
0.
1.
Cool. You guys pull up as the sun starts to crest on the back of your car.
I did get an 8 though, so that's sad.
Starts to crest on the back of your car. As you guys are all pulling up, you see Lawrence still in his robes. He puts both hands up. You can see from his perspective, because he's a black silhouette, that the sun that is rising, he puts his hands around and he squeezes. And he pushes you out of a time frame. And he allows you to catch up to the girls. So it's like they're standing still and you pull up right with them. The moment that you catch with them, you guys all take off together as if you had not missed that time. And he falls to one knee. You better get inside.
Yeah,
You pull up.
Throw it into park, and I grab Lawrence with me.
Don't just go.
Yeah,
The sun's coming up. You hear the large shatter of the doors behind you locking. You're in the safety of a completely blacked out mansion.
Well, that puckered my asshole.
You see Rasputin like hanging on the on the frame. Goes, I know I'd beat you. Like
I
so you
almost
can
had
beat me
you.
at Mario Kart.
I almost
Like,
had you.
You don't have any like turtle shells. Like where's your banana peel now?
I was dressed in oranges. I forgot my bananas at home.
Jesus Lord.
You've been
She
waiting
got
on
it.
that one for a while. The Jessica actually does come doesn't come down to like help you, but like he definitely gives a nod that he's glad. You hear a pounding on the door. A servant, obviously a human servant. Lawrence gets in. He's not hurt, but it looks like he'd gone on a Jamaican vacation and spent way too much time in the sun. Like he is bright red. Not steamy, not injured, but he's got one hell of a sunburn.
Some light sensitivity now, huh, Larry?
Lawrence, is that part of your new Pope attire?
I should have kept the hat.
Do you want it back?
No.
I take it off.
All right. I think that we should all probably get a little bit of rest, myself included. You know, I used to like mornings before I met you guys.
Now you will like the evening times. You will really dig Twilight. It's pretty great.
But you're not dead.
Yeah, I also don't want to sparkle.
Oh, we don't sparkle. Does it look like we sparkle?
Obviously
As
I
I'm standing there in a sequence.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm standing there. I'm actually gonna walk over and angrily flip a table and just like walk upstairs.
Cool.
Not another word.
I want to go up to the Jessica and be like, hey, how did you get here so fast?
Motorcycles.
Yeah.
Faster than cars. Better acceleration.
Okay, well, you got to teach me how to do that.
You should ask Lawrence. That boy's got some skills.
Yeah, we knew that. You just completely took me by surprise.
And he looks down at Lawrence, and you've gone upstairs.
Yeah. After aggressively
flipping,
flipping, like
the
across
table.
the room.
Like whatever Lawrence did to stop, not just stop and rewind because that wouldn't have helped you, but stop and make another timeline. Here's another. That was something interesting. He's not flickering like he was the first time he did something like that. You know, like when he just rewound. He allowed you to progress in a current timeline. He's winded. Not that you see, but the Jessica notices that. I'm glad he's on our team, but I wish he had more training for what he's supposed to be.
Well, who can train him if he's the top of everyone?
He's supposed to learn naturally.
Oh, God, this isn't going to be good, is it?
I don't think he knows what he can do. I don't think he knows the limits of his power.
Do you?
Maybe Rasputin. He's the one with the gears.
Should we go ask him?
I don't think tonight.
All right, I guess we can wait till. I'm still hungry. We never got snacks.
As you say that, and as you almost get to your room, and your Rasputin's kind of rubbing, your nose into the rug, you hear an argument, and you pick up some of the words, and you realize who's having the argument. It's the prince and the left hand of God. And they're not yelling at each other, but it is a very just about to break out into a full-blown argument.
I head off in the direction of the argument.
Cool. You go up, flip your table, and goes, "It was a nice table." You walk up and you start going up the stairs right to your room. It's like, "It's fine, like bad loser, it's okay. You can say good job," and everyone's starting to hear that hum of the argument happening upstairs. Someone roll me a awareness check.
Can I roll it because I'm going up the stairs?
Mm-hmm. This happens like right before you get to your door itself. Well, yeah, you immediately realize that this is the prince and the left hand of God in the middle of a heated debate.
Okay.
And Anna heard it too, right?
Yeah, because I started heading off in the direction of.
I mean, you know the voices, but you can't really hear the words right now. Lawrence is still kind of like holding on. He's gotten to the banister at this point. He's holding on to the banister. What you're looking at, Danika, is walking towards your room, and you hear a little bit of the sound, but like maybe don't realize that who's arguing, but someone's arguing.
Can I go and put my ear up to the door?
Sure can. Let's do a wits and stealth, so you're not heard.
Cool. Well, I've got no stealth.
Yeah, just 1-6. I mean, the door's closing in the middle of an argument.
I got a -1 success.
Oh God! She like falls
Yeah,
into
she
the
falls
door.
through the door.
1, a 2, and a 2.
like as you're being stealthy, maybe stops you from getting all the way through. You hear dum 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 dum, and Danika falls through the main room that you guys were all talking in the beginning when you first showed up, before you got to your rooms and changed into your wonderful evening attire. You hit the ground trying, like you thought it was closed all the way, but the door was open like a crack, and you just went clink.
Oh,
and like the door opened.
This isn't my. Where am I?
They don't even address you. The walking saint goes. It was set. It was set. That is what has made this all happening. Do you think any of my people follow set? Give me one human that follows set.
As this is happening, Dae, because the door open so I could hear a little bit more. We're going to take a deep breath, collect myself for a moment, and I'm going to use Cloak of Shadows to get into the room.
Very cool.
Unseen.
Very cool.
And that is a rouse check.
Make me a rouse check, please.
Danika's slowly crawling
5.
backwards out of the room.
Add a hunger dice to it. You can, especially after everything's happened, your anger inside you starts to bubble. It just gives you an additional hunger dice, and you're going to roll that with anything else that you want.
And then I'm going to use my stealth to try and get into the room unseen because I have stealth against kindred. Okay,
so still works. It's just an additional hunger dice. So roll that with 2 hunger dice.
It's just my stealth?
No, your obfuscate plus stealth.
Okay.
Because you're using a supernatural means to do this, right?
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, it's just your obfuscate plus stealth, and then just add your 2 hunger dice to make that roll.
Gotcha. So. Hold on, this is getting weird now. One moment, I have to figure out what the. Excuse me.
If he got a 10 on a hunger die, does he re-roll it?
Yes, you always re-roll, but I didn't know when they had a hunger.
I got a 10 and a 1
on your hunger die.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
But I've got 5 successes with a.
Go into a frenzy.
I got a 10 and a 1.
Do they cancel each other out?
Yeah. Does that That's what are the possibilities of that, boys?
We'll see you next week.
God damn it.
Robbie's like, I gotta go back to my whiteboard. I don't know what to do.
I'm just trying to be stealthy. I don't. How bad could it be?
So you're pissed off about something to do with Lawrence. Like, you haven't really voiced yet. Flipping the table, getting annoyed, making some destruction in your haste. And, the sun's coming up, so all of you are a little bit cranky. Although you had a really cool kind of thing, it's like being up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, it's time to go to bed, and yet here's this new thing, and you all are hearing this clatter argument upstairs. Obviously, the parents are in a spat. You decide that you need to hear what this is.
Yeah.
You go into obfuscate, and with the 5 successes, you go invisible, essentially. I mean, like, unless somebody has like a true sight on you, anything quite like that manner, like, you are in fucking invisible. As you're walking by, you feel a camera, not feel a camera, but you hear a camera tracking you. And I'd like you to roll a intelligence for me.
Okay.
Just intelligence. I'm just looking for 1/6.
Yes.
All right. You realize that the camera is tracking you probably on a cooled down version of heat. Instead of heat tracking, this is looking for vampire people.
Goes in the machine.
I knew I liked you for a reason. So, with your 1 and 10, and your anger bubbling up inside you for whatever frustration you have with the past events, you flex and you push, and you feel Ghost in the Machine come out of you savagely.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. You all see the house lights. The lights start coming back on, room by room. You can hear the wind of a generator kicking on. You think that you've taken care of the problem?
Yeah, I mean, I figured that would do it.
But everyone, all the characters involved, you see the blackout.
Is it running on, like, auxiliary power, basically, like generators?
Well, I mean, maybe something's a little bit deeper, but for the rest of the characters, you've seen the chaos out there. This could easily be a brownout, just...
Yeah, they've been rolling power issues.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's chaos outside of the walls of Tokyo itself. So, the power cutting off for a second and having to go on emergency generators, not that surprising. As you walk in, you see the prince and the left hand of God pacing each other. Just one walking to the far right of this beautiful library, stops, makes a point, yells at the left hand of God. They walk back over the other way. Kind of everyone's letting like the words catch into each other and sit, and they're being fairly civil at this point. But they haven't even noticed you slamming into the door. So you're the only one that maybe doesn't hear this.
Mm-hmm.
The left hand of God goes, "It's the Setites. It is the Setites. This is how this happened. There's no other excuse. It is a religion that is old as the pyramids themselves. Why didn't you have a handle on this?" The prince looks back and goes, "And we're just not going to talk about the sons of Abel? Is that something that we're just going to blow over? The crosses that legitimately brought down my city. We're not going to agree with this. No, you didn't see any of this coming?" And the argument gets further and further. At this point, you probably hear some more because
Raised
she's
voices.
she's fallen through the door.
Yeah.
You're a fly on the wall.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
That will remain that way.
Mm-hmm. The argument starts to intensify a little bit more, and you notice the only other person sitting in the room, because you can't see Dae at this point, is the walking saint is in that room. Right? Instead of just pacing each other, they take like one step closer to one another. And he goes, "The sons of Abel were always a very devout, very conscientious group of ours. They've never been extremists." "Oh, never been extremist? Are you kidding me? This is a cult against Cain. You guys do more than just fight vampires. You try to keep the world together. But you're trying to tell me that this was not about vampires." They take another step closer.
I want to crawl up next to where the walking saint is sitting.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, "Hey, what's happening?"
The adults are talking, and they don't seem to find a common ground. They're trying to blame each other for this.
Right. Well, isn't everyone kind of at fault right now?
All right, you hear the Lieutenant of God go, "Did we drop a giant snake over 3 cities? I don't think so." The prince goes, "Excuse me, but our cities were under control up until your people showed up with crosses." And then, like, all of a sudden, boom, you can see both of them let go of some power, some version of a thing that you haven't seen yet. I mean, these are a prince of a city and the left hand of God. You see it start to fight and go towards the vampire, whatever this struggle is of energy, because you're standing right next to him. The walking saint jumps in between, puts his hands up, forces down, and he turns towards, surprisingly, the left hand of God, and is now defending the prince. So, like, his holy power, that holy power, and whatever the prince is throwing. At this point, you hear this. It's more of a low rumbling, like what you'd think of an earthquake, like just that. You can hear it everywhere, even though it's just small tremors.
Yeah, Anna's going to not really grab Rasputin and bring him, but she's going to kind of like touch his arm, and then she's going to take off up the stairs.
He watches you go, and...
Hey, Jesse, we might need you.
Yeah, right. As you looked up, he blinks. He's already up there, and he's charging through the room. The door that you had already opened, it was like a 2-door. The one door that's still left standing shatters as he comes in, and he looks at this carnage that's coming, the Jessicar, as he sees that even with the walking saint trying to hold back that energy from destroying the prince, he's losing. That it's just coming closer and closer and closer to the prince. He stands up and stands in front of, so now they're back to back in front of the prince. So now you have both people standing in front trying to keep this power combined together to just end it. You guys want to do anything? Everyone's in the room.
No, I'm just watching.
Danika, what is happening? I don't understand. Why is all of the shouting?
Yeah, so, from what I heard, they were blaming each other for the end of the world.
Ugh, typical man thing to think that they are in control of all things.
I know. I mean, neither of them seemed like they were in control.
I
It takes
don't-
more than one person to bring the world down, right?
Well, you would think so. I mean,
Should we do something?
As you say, like, people, like it seems like a man thing, they should be in control. You see 2 men that are in control in the center of this hostile environment, desperately trying to keep their patrons from destroying not just themselves, but probably the best hope to stop this set. And
Anna, should we go grab the prince?
I don't know if grabbing the prince is the right move here. I'm not really sure.
I mean, we should separate them, but I don't think we could get close enough to the left hand of God.
I mean, there's a little bit of self-preservation, you're right, that we need to be thinking about here. I'm afraid.
Rasputin finally strolls up behind you, behind the stairs, and he's taking off his shoelace necktie and unbuttons one of the curls and one of the other curls. It seems like slow motion, and you see this specifically, Anna.
Yep.
He rolls his eyes and puts 2 fingers, like both of his hands, like but to the fingertips, down to the wood floor, and rips towards himself. You all feel a lurch. So I need you guys to make a dexterity and athletics roll. I'm looking for 2 6s. That hard.
And these don't have to be blood dice rolls, right?
4 successes.
Yep. You are still just a fly on the wall.
I got 0.
Same.
Both of you, obviously Rasputin did something. You haven't seen him use that power. You're not quite sure what it is. You know it's blood magic, but you're not sure what he's tapping into to make that happen.
Okay.
Something he hasn't shown you yet, which maybe annoys you. Like there's always something to learn from Rasputin, but what you didn't show me the floor trick. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
there's definitely something in there.
Yeah.
And it's enough that it doesn't knock the prince down and it doesn't knock the left-handed god down, but it changes their focus enough that in between them, the left-handed god and the Jessica are able to finally deflect it and shut it away. All the windows in this room shatter at once.
Oh, it's such a nice house. What are you doing ruining the house?
You just staring daggers like across from each other.
Are there
And
curtains covering the windows, or are they just like blacked out windows?
as you think that, all the windows that were just exploded, you see like garage door kind of things come down. Like the house is going into lockdown.
Well, this is a good thing.
And when the final one gets there, you see like a stutter in it. And it's not going all the way down. And you hear an alarm because you're a vampire, like far in the distance in some distant room. And eventually it does come down.
I was gonna say, if Dae's in here, I wanted to tell him to use his
Oh,
techie thing.
You have no idea where I am.
I was just gonna shout into the void.
The void shouts back, "Fuck you, Danika."
I would like to, and I highly doubt that it's going to work, but I want to try it anyway.
Let's try it out.
Mesmerize.
Who are you trying to mesmerize?
I want to try to get the attention of the left hand of God.
Well, he's a human. He's a powerful human, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Tell me about the roll.
The roll. Okay, so it costs 1 rouse check.
Okay.
The dice pool is manipulation and dominate versus intelligence and resolve.
Ooh.
It does say no roll is required against an unprepared mortal victim. Commanding a resisting victim or another vampire requires a contest of manipulation and dominate versus intelligence and resolve.
That's the left-handed god.
I
Yeah.
mean, I would say that because he just got into a conflict, he's pretty prepared for anything.
Yeah.
So I say that the roll still needs to stand to see if you're going to do it.
Okay, so
it's just-
manipulation and dominate.
So it's just a straight roll off.
Would his resolve be affected right now? Because he just released a bunch of...
Right?
Doesn't seem like a saintly thing to do.
You know what? That's a good point in there.
Where is dominate?
I need some. I need a dice tray.
Yeah. Babe, do you know where the dice tray is?
So my resolve and what?
I'm
Intelligence?
rolling manipulation and dominate. You're rolling intelligence and resolve.
All right. So his intelligence isn't going to change, obviously, but his resolve. I'm going to say that you guys make a good point. His resolve has gone down by 1 because
I got you, Anna.
you know
Thanks, man.
he just lost his cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, and I have to,
Rouse check first.
which is
Just you roll the hunger dice you're about to add to your hand.
okay.
You don't get a 1 or a 10, and other than that, you're fine.
That
I got a 6.
Then you're good. Now, then you add that hunger dice into your ability to do it.
Okay.
Oh, what'd you get?
9, 9, 8, 1, and 2.
I got,
so I got 2 successes.
0 successes.
Oh,
Yeah, I got 2 successes, but 2 ones. So
Whoa.
all right,
think
so
you just
you're
won that,
so
Arnold.
you're so he's mesmerized. Can you give me a little bit more about what mesmerized truly does?
Okay.
Holy shit, it worked.
I'm a little bit surprised, but not surprised. Okay. The vampire can issue complex commands to the victim as long as they have the subject's gaze and relative quiet in which to issue the instructions. The instructions must be carried out immediately to the victim's best ability and must not contain any conditional actions. For example, if you see Henry, give him the document, as this would require the victim to exercise cognition.
Do you actually see under where it's a system, no roll is required against an unprepared mortal victim?
Yeah, we already
Yes.
talked about that.
We-
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because he's already kind of in a conflict with the prince, we assumed that he was already kind of
And also, we're dealing with
Prepared for whatever.
kind of a different thing than a mortal.
well.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a big fuck off deal, mortal. Okay, so I'm just going to, because Anna had kind of flirted with him a little bit because they change every 10 years.
Sure.
So every new one is like a new game for her
Sure,
to play.
sure. I like that. That's really kind of fun.
So Anna is going to say, "Now listen, darling. What I want from you right now is for you to be calm."
The walking saint is eyeing you.
Yeah.
Aware, but because it is calming down the circumstance.
Yeah.
when Rasputin is smiling and giggling.
Right,
And he's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I told her that.
I really, all that I want for you is for you to be calm and for you to be helpful. This is a much bigger thing than, who pointed the finger at who and whose big toe is bigger than the other big toe. And I just think that it's it's really important for us to all get along right now and less finger pointing and more finger sniffing.
The walking saint, after you're done, he nods at you like, okay, I'm going to accept this, but he does put his hand up as if, that's quite far enough, The Lieutenant God takes a deep breath and goes, okay, you know what, you're right. Really, who started this has no bearing on what we're going to do next.
That is right. That
Takes a
is
deep
right.
breath. The prince looks over to you, usually looks off-put by your entire presence, but at this point, there's like a level of respect. Like, all right, that was interesting. I just hit him with everything I got, and you just kind of snuck in and snake bit him on the heel.
Yeah.
And pushed in some venom, and that seemed to work, Everyone kind of nods, and leaving the walking saint and the Jessica in the center, everyone kind of goes back to their corner. Obviously, we're going to have a conversation again. But they stay in the center, always back to back. They seem to be slowly circling each other, eye in the room, as if they're almost a team.
Okay. So look, guys, I know that we went out and we had some funsies and stuff, and really the mushrooms have me still tripping balls kind of off my tits, but I really think that perhaps a little bit of sleep at some point will probably be a good idea. The sun is coming up, and I think that maybe I don't know if the boys want to stay up and talk about the fate of the world, or if this is a conversation we can pick up, tomorrow.
You see the left-handed god like shaking his head up.
I'm trying to stay in character and not talk. Daedra, by the way, the whole time is just like staring at Anna like, what the fuck
Truly.
are you?
Yes, yes.
Like, what the fuck am I? But also, what the fuck are you?
Actually, at this point, you see Lawrence come up. And, I mean, it was a sunburn. I mean, it's a pretty hideous sunburn, but it's a sunburn. He's not injured. He looks a little bit worse for wear. I mean, a little tired, but, like, he's fine. And he goes, I have to agree. And he sheepishly does, like, have his Pope hat underneath his arm, not completely gotten rid of it. He's still keeping it. It is ceremonial,
Fair enough.
What a fun souvenir you have, Lawrence. That's a nice hat.
It's not a souvenir. Anyway, it's not even a hat. Forget about it.
As this is happening, I'm going to still and obfuscate. I'm going to whisper, "Time Pope."
He looks right where you are. You guys have a connection.
Fuck.
Like, asshole, get out of the shadows.
Okay.
He's just staring at you.
Can I light a cigarette?
Sure.
While
Is that how you want it?
obfuscating?
So it's just a
Yeah.
floating cigarette. Perfectly fine.
Like the.
That's not how obfuscate work because
No, I want to as I
for
light
cheese.
it. No,
Yes.
I want to as I light it, like the shadows kind of like fall off of me,
That's cool.
and then I'm just smoking a cigarette, like
Yeah.
very dead-eyed.
Oh, hey, Dae.
He's
Are
like-
you still tripping balls too?
I'm going upstairs. And then
Dave,
Rasputin
always been
goes, I've
creepy,
seen
but
the
this is-
David do that trick exactly, by the way.
I will tell them about the cane.
He, like, shuts up. He just does.
There you have-
I mean, like, he's in the middle of another retort and just is like, oh, okay, I guess this is fine.
Dave, you've always been a creepy motherfucker, but this is new.
Thank you. I'm going to actually leave. I'm going to tap Lawrence on the shoulder. Like, we need to talk in my room in a little bit. And I'm going to walk out, go to the concierge desk.
Okay.
I'm going to ask for 2 bags of recently relapsed junkie's blood
Okay.
to my room.
Not hard.
and then I'm going to go to my room.
Yeah, this is I like the specificity of that, like relapse junkies.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I want to taste the pain, man.
Yeah, that's actually very cool and on brand.
You morose motherfucker.
Yep.
The gentleman behind the table, absolutely, coming right up. I mean, like it'll be delivered in 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I just go to my room. I'm going to wait for Lawrence. So whatever you guys want to do.
Lawrence is still standing there. After he walks out of the room, you guys do actually give me just a wits check. I'm just looking for 1/6. Both of you can roll it.
Let's hope I get it with my 1 dice. But I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither. Because I rolled a 1.
Yeah, he just seems to. All you guys see is like the very obvious. He sighs heavy, and sees him going downstairs first. Maybe he's making the connection, but you guys don't see any of like his why he'd be feeling this way. And he does walk out of the room.
Who, sorry?
Lawrence.
Lawrence,
But
okay.
but he is holding a banister, like trying not to appear to be leaning on things all the time.
Sure.
But he's whenever he can make it nonchalant, you'd see that just by looking at somebody.
Anna, I am so hungry.
What would you like to eat? Apparently it's a whole buffet here. Do you want Greek? I like the hairy ones. I don't know why.
Although, like, did you just bamboozle like a head of church?
I did, yes.
Ear to ear grin. I don't teach you that.
I know. See, I've been working on all of these things.
Do you want to learn the ground move?
Yes, of course.
Okay, well, do this. Do you want to go to, like, your room or my room? I teach you the thing.
Let's go to your room, because I don't want to fuck up my floor.
Okay, because I have good sound system in there.
Oh, do you?
Horrible suits.
Yeah.
Good sound system.
Did they bring you a PS4?
They have, but
All
I
right.
only want to play Mario Kart.
Still?
It gets better with age, like wine.
All right. No bananas. No bananas.
Okay.
That's cheating when you drop some bananas.
I'm just so good at it. You say it's cheating. It's an option I have. Drop banana. You cannot drop bananas? And
Yeah, of course
you
I
guys
can
ha-
drop
you
the
guys-
bananas.
You guys have this conversation as you're going up to, as it fades out, to, I guess, Rasputin's room, because you don't want to ruin your floor.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what are the guys in the room doing at this point?
The Walking Saint and the Jessica have stopped circling the room now that they understand that the immediate threat is done. Oddly enough, they were on each other on opposite sides where you'd think they were when they finally finished. They look at each other, a nod of mutual respect, and the Walking Saint walks over to where the Lieutenant God would be. The Justicar walks over to where the Prince side would have been if there would have been a line in the sand.
Jesse, do you think we should get out of here, man?
It's sunrise, so yeah.
Are you hungry? Because I'm hungry.
You didn't eat.
No.
It was why?
You were with me the whole time. Did
I-
you see me eating?
You could. It's kind of like grabbing a burrito on the go. There's a lot of options.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you noticed, but I was kind of a mess.
What's your favorite kind of food? Are we really having this conversation? What are you hungry for?
a hairy Greek man.
I don't want a hairy Greek man.
What do you like to eat?
I don't know. Are there some nice, like, is there a red light district around here?
It's daylight. I mean, I'm sure they have some
Sorry,
reserves.
I'm not used to being
but
awake right now.
I know. We need to. I mean, honestly, we all need to pass out.
I don't
but
know.
yeah,
Fine, just like a
can
day
have
shift stripper would be good enough.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go down to the concierge. So he puts his arm out, gonna walk you down the staircase.
Lord.
Yeah, right. So, once upon a time, it meant a thing to be chivalrous.
Yeah, well, times changed.
You'll understand the meaning of that phrase much deeper when you get my age.
Don't worry, I will be a complete gentleman with you.
He smirks, continues to walk down. There's a bell. He rings it. Ding! Very same gentleman that you were talking to. Very bright, upstanding, jet black hair. Looks very... Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, yes, I'd like a cute little anime girl's blood, and then maybe like you have like a daytime exotic dancer.
You mean like a trashy
No,
exotic dancer? Or...
No, like a nice one.
Like mid-shift on a Wednesday.
Yeah, mid-shift on a Wednesday. Like, she's new, but she's pretty good.
I know it's been a long time since you've been out in the daylight, but a daylight stripper is a little bit different than...
It's bad.
There's an echelon. There's a, you know...
All right, well then just give me whatever you've got that's
I mean,
nice
I'm not
looking.
judging. I'm just trying to make sure. I just want to make sure that I'm providing the thing that you're looking for.
Okay, well then give
And it's
me
like-
night shift,
and the-
Friday
the-
night
the-
shift
the-
stripper
The Jessica
blood.
goes, no. She likes some sleazy. Honestly.
As long as they're attractive.
It's like, oh, yeah, I think we... Do you want the actual people or just a blood bag? I mean,
Blood bag should be enough.
okay, good. That gives you a lot more options because we do keep a lot of stock in hair. So about 5 minutes. Is that okay? Let me make sure that I got that right. So we got a sleazy daytime stripper. And he looks to the gentleman and like back to you. I'm like, I'm just getting a lot of different levels. Just want to make sure that I get myself someplace
Yeah,
in the middle.
no, you know what? I'm just so hungry right now. It doesn't even matter.
Okay, so we're gonna go for the we're gonna go for the sleazy daytime stripper and the
Cute
Greek?
anime girl.
oh, thank God, because I almost sent you the hairy Greek guy.
Oh, please don't.
Okay, anime girls, you know,
For the love of Cain, please don't.
We have those in spades, so yeah, no problem.
That's very strange.
Have you seen Tokyo?
Is it full of hairy Greek men?
No, anime girls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was still
no
stuck
problem.
on the image of a hairy Greek man.
No problem. Like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, good for everybody.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Jesse, do you want anything?
It's like you just ordered 2 quarter-pounders. I'm gonna have one of them.
That's what you think.
Fine, give me the Greek guy.
Right. Okay, let's go to my room.
That's cool.
Okay, you just ordered the equivalent. You basically just went to a 5-star hotel and asked for old pizza.
All right. I'll take the sleazy one, the hairy one,
With
the...
feta cheese, though.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I want whatever my neighbor
Extra
didn't
onions.
eat. Just
Yeah,
bring
right.
it to me.
That's amazing. That's cool. This is coming up. All right. So you guys ascend the staircase. Conversation kind of peters out. You're sitting there and you hear the knock on the door.
Answer it.
It's a different gentleman from downstairs, from then downstairs. So you ordered in. I have 2 recently come back people from. Sorry, how the hell do you say that?
Relapse.
Sorry, yeah. So we have a selection of 2 relapse junkies. Is that correct?
Yep.
No problem. And he puts it out, and almost like expecting a tip, you know, just like as he stands there.
I hand him a cigarette.
Thank you, sir.
It's a clove.
Yeah, right. Is it one of your dipped ones or?
No, it's just
Oh,
it's
so
just a clove.
It's a wiki stick.
fine. I'll give him one of my dipped ones. I'll give him one that's. Right, hey, on your break, smoke that.
All right. As you close the door, you hear like 3 steps, and you hear "fuck it," and you hear like light, and he goes, "Oh!" That's all you hear as he.
You guys go upstairs. There's a
walks away.
passed out bellhop.
Yeah, right.
I guess I'm gonna pour myself a glass and wait for Lawrence.
Sure. As you're waiting for actually you and Rasputin are already there, and the floor is fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's wrinkles in it. I mean, like there's holes missing. He goes like, so you just grab and pull. So like, do you understand the cadence with the blood magic? Well, you try, and he's like trying to explain something that you guys have obviously been going over and
Yeah,
trying
sure.
to get to what it was.
Sure. Okay. Do I roll to see if I do it?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
This will be a difficult one.
Okay.
I'll need your occult and intelligence.
Those are my 2 highest scores.
I know, but you'll need 2 10s to get it this quickly.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you're a fucking prodigy, but I mean, you're his prodigy.
And I have to do 2 blood dice, right?
Yeah. No, not for this. You're not rousing. You're not using any
Okay.
ability.
You're just ripping up the floor.
Yeah, right.
Because it's a non-aggressive.
I need how many 10s?
I need 2 10s on this one to get it instantaneously. You can learn this, So like you'll have part of it. So we'll do like a timepiece.
Everybody sends me good vibes. Three of them fell on the floor.
You get to re-roll them.
So far, 2 successes.
Re-roll the ones that fell on the ground.
And the 10s.
And the 10s.
Yep. That's why it's really fun to have 10s. By the way, that is a homebrew roll that I had. I would love to take credit for it. It's not mine. It's actually from the 2 gentlemen that taught me how to play. John and Keith. If they ever want to be part of this, I'll definitely give out their last names eventually.
All such a tease. Okay, so far just the 2 10s.
No ones?
No ones. 2 2s.
All right. Woo.
Wow.
So, like,
You are a
Like I
prodigy.
said,
Yeah,
Melinda
right,
took all the good dice.
I did not.
Rasputin is, like, you've tried it and been able to, like, move the rug. Like, the first time you did it, you actually just put your hands down and thought you did it, but you just grabbed the rug and pulled it. So, like, this has gone on for, this is probably like the 3rd try attempt.
Okay.
And you can see that Rasputin is very patient with you, but not a patient man. So this is probably like your last attempt.
Excruciating, yeah.
Yeah, right. And you grab the floor, and it moves in the direction that you want it to, as if you have control of this top. And he looks over and goes, you know, there's many reasons that I chose you. Do you think that it's because you saved my life?
I mean, I've always assumed. I couldn't imagine Rasputin falling to a 35-year-old woman in a
Like,
no-named village.
Do you remember how they tried to kill me 35 times?
I know, I was there.
I left with you because you were looked at everything little different. You know what I mean? Explain to me how you move ground. Any idea how you put it together in your mixed up head?
I don't. I mean, I put my fingers down and I stick my fingers into the ground, and the little molecules, I change them and then I pull.
Yes, this is what you do. But, like, what's happening head as you do it?
The best way that I can think of to describe it is, you know, in the movie with the little people and the big feet and all of the walking.
Clowns?
No.
Like on parade?
No, there was a ring.
Like the scary chick with the long hair? I don't like that
No,
one.
no,
Things
no.
coming
Not
out
the
the
movie,
TV
The
is
Ring.
horrible.
Not the movie,
I
The
watch
Ring.
lots of TV.
The one with the little people, and they have the big hairy feet, and they have to get the ring to the.
the Hobbits.
Yes.
Hobbits. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Second
so-
breakfast, third breakfast. I remember.
I mean,
yes,
these are my
these
kinds of
these-
people, right?
Yes.
So I think that I forget where I was going with it.
Let me help.
Oh no, I've got it.
Okay.
So, the Gandalf before he's Gandalf the White, when he's still Gandalf the Grey.
I like Gandalf Grey better. Better wardrobe idea. White gets dirty all the time. They live in horse time.
I know, but the lighting was amazing.
Of course, is Peter Jackson genius.
I know,
honestly.
right? I mean, can you imagine? So, but what I do is I pick the floor, and instead of "You shall not pass," I say "You shall move."
This is fine. This is what I was trying to say. The reason that I picked you is you don't agree with where things should be. Like
Well,
a
no.
floor stays on floor, right?
No,
It does not move.
the floor can be on ceiling.
Exactly.
Don't
This
you
is
watch
why
the decorating shows?
No,
They never get it right.
It is nothing to do with like fix it until you mix it. It is just in your head. You don't care where floor is.
Right.
Tell the floor that it's useless.
Like yeah,
Horrible floor.
Like, yeah, I mean like angry floors. I
Yes.
mean like, so you want floor to be over here. If you can believe this enough, floor will be there.
Right. Okay.
He goes and kind of sits down on his faint couch. And yes, they have brought a PlayStation up. And he hits the button. It's like, I miss all my monitors. I'm like, you know at home he has like a racing console. And he's like, I beat the shit out of you on car, though.
Oh, that was lucky.
Lucky.
It was lucky, and you know it.
He like reaches down and throws you a controller. Okay, show me how you would have done it, special girl.
No, don't you remember when we went to the first Daytona 500?
How it's like first time I took you out. Of
Wasn't
course
that-
I remember
That
these
was
things.
really fun,
You know,
right?
and you guys start
Yeah.
commiserating about all that.
Yeah.
As you push player one and sit down and
Obviously, I'm going to be the little turtle guy.
it's of course.
Yes.
He's like, you will never touch my Princess Peach, and that's kind of weird.
I bet you say that to all the girls.
Aw. He laughs, and I mean, there's just honest, there's really a
Honest affection.
real, and it's been a while, I mean, it's the last time you saw him, and I think part of you always is fearful that it's not fake, because you see the way that Rasputin treats everyone else. I mean, even your brother, and it's just so simple with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was such a cute time. And you know what? Rasputin will try to tell you that he totally beat me that night in the Mario Kart, but he is lying. I managed to move the floor, and then I managed to beat him. It was like a really big night for me that night, you guys. But we want to remind you that you can find us on lots of social media places like the Twitters and the Facebooks. And I want to remind you now, too, that you can find us on a place that this Tyler guy calls the Reddit. You can leave comments and we can get to talk to you and stuff there. So that could be really fun. We're really enjoying building this little community together with you. So we hope that you will join us in that really soon. Now, like the big voice guy always says, remember, have fun and always take a big bite out of life.